Greetings, everybody, from the Dank Basement. This is a video reply to congratulate Blue Collar Piper on reaching the magic milestone of 100 subscribers. Good for you, buddy. I think it's fantastic. Good for you. Yeah, you are now among the watched. People are watching your videos. That's pretty cool. I love it when people subscribe to my channel. Now, I have not yet, I gotta confess, I have not yet subscribed to your channel, but I'm gonna, as soon as I post this, I'm heading right over there and I'll subscribe to you. You wanted to know what our favorite over-the-counter or drugstore blend tobacco is. Well, quick story. I think like a lot of the younger pipers I know now, their first exposure to smoking a pipe was maybe watching a grandfather smoke it or a dad. In my case, both of my grandpas smoked pipe. My grandpa Shellbetter, my dad's dad, used to smoke a tobacco you just can't get anymore. It's no longer in production. It makes me sad because I remember at the time thinking how great it smelled. And it was a tobacco called Edgeworth. And the reason I remember Edgeworth is because when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old, I would always get Grandpa a couple of pouches of Edgeworth for Christmas, for a Christmas gift. And it was very different in those days. You know, I would walk into the drugstore alone with my, $4 or whatever it cost back then. And I would go up to the counter, and the lady would be there, and I would say, may I please have 2 pouches of Edgeworth pipe tobacco? And she'd smile and say, sure, and take my money, give me my change, and I'd be on my way. Nobody was terribly worried that a 10-year-old child was purchasing pipe tobacco as a gift for his grandpa. Because they trusted kids then to know that there were certain customs that were reserved for adults, including smoking, drinking, reading certain books or watching certain movies. You know, we just accepted the fact that you can't grow up all at once. And in turn, the adults trusted us. And never did smoke any of that tobacco, but my grandpa sure liked getting it. And I also, my mother's dad, my Grandpa Wren, who passed away when I was like 5, I do know that he smoked a pipe, and I'm quite certain it wasn't over the counter. I know he never went down to a fancy tobacconist. That would not have been his style. But, so I'm not really sure what he smoked, although I'm pretty sure it was OTC. In fact, there is a great picture of me, photograph of me, when I was like 3 years old, and I'm wearing my grandpa's hat, and I have his pipe in my mouth, and I'm wearing a t-shirt, and nothing else. And if I can find that picture, I am going to scan it and use it for my YouTube avatar. If nothing else, it's proof that even when you grow up, you don't necessarily grow up. Little pecker hanging out in the pipe in my mouth. It was cute. All right, let's talk about my favorite over-the-counter and drugstore tobaccos. When I started smoking a pipe in 1976, it was Borkum Riff Cherry. To this day, the smell of that tobacco, either in the pouch or in the pipe, makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit. Oh, didn't like it. But I smoked it because that's what I could get, But when I returned to pipe smoking a couple of months ago, one of the first tobaccos I tried was, in fact, a cherry tobacco. Derek Tant sent me 2 very nice tobaccos. He sent me a bag of Lane 1Q, but he also sent me a pouch of Dutch Masters Cherry Cavendish, which I was afraid of because of the Borkum Riff nightmare, but it turned out to be really delicious. So thank you, Derek, again. As I've gone through learning to smoke a pipe here, I thought it would be best, instead of buying real fancy schmancy tobaccos, although I have had some, thanks to gifts from friends in the YTPC. I've had some, excuse me, I'm belching here. I've had some really stellar tobacco. I know the Stonehaven, thanks to Happy Smoking 100 and the Aaron Moore Flake and the H&H Old Dark Fired, all of which he sent me. So I've smoked some very, very nice tobaccos. But I still keep going back to the OTCs. Now, I can tell you which ones I loathe, which ones I will never, ever buy ever again, half and half. is one that tobacco brand just needs to go away. It's garbage. Don't like Velvet very much. As far as Walter Raleigh and Prince Albert go, they're lovely. They're perfectly fine, acceptable tobaccos. They burn well, good nicotine, nice flavor in the mouth, nice aroma, but they do smell like cigarettes when they burn. And I'm trying not to smoke cigarettes. I'm trying desperately not to smoke another cigarette. I don't want to be reminded of the smell of cigarettes while I'm in my own home, because I'm afraid it will prompt me to pick up one of my good old buddies' Marley 100 Red Boys and smoke that instead of the pipe. So, but I do keep a couple of cans, actually. I've got Raleigh in a can. I got Prince Albert in a can. Yes, I have Prince Albert in a can. And I might use them for blending tobaccos or, you know, stretching tobaccos, something. And maybe even roll up some cigarettes with them if I really break down. Anything to avoid giving Philip Morris another nickel of my money to buy the Marley 100s Red Boys. Okay, well, what tobaccos do I like? God bless you. Gesundheit. Like a virgin goes in tight.
That's cute. I never heard that.
You never heard that before?
No.
Yeah, that's a virgin goes in tight. Anyway, that's Betsy. She's over there. She does not smoke a pipe. Will you please smoke a pipe with me? Please, someday. I'll give you one of these really good over-the-counter tobaccos, like the luxury pouch Carter Hall. This is my numero uno, mi tabaco más favorito. This is the one. I guess it's you pipe snobs, the experts, the effete pipe snobs among us, and you know who you are. I ain't naming names. You know who you are. Pipe snobs. They would say this is a Burley and Virginia mix. They would say it is a coarse cut. It's not really a shag cut because their pieces aren't very long. And I believe they would also tell you this is topped or dressed or cased with something. I don't know what the correct word is. Sure smells like it might be. It smells like raisins. Raisins and maybe prunes a little bit. It's got a nice sort of fruity smell to it. And, oh, by the way, reply to Glenn Quelch really quickly. Glenn, no, you weren't wrong. You were tasting fruit in this. That wasn't just ghosting from your pipe. You were tasting fruit. I tasted too. Yeah, it's really good. It's like $3.50 if they're charging reasonable price for it. I just bought a package of this at a so-called tobacco store. Read that. We sell e-cigs and everything you need to roll your own cigarettes. That's what they call a tobacco store these days in my part of the world. Hell, you can save yourself $479 a month just by rolling your own damn cigarettes. We'll sell you everything. We got the best tobaccos. We got smoking G. We got smoking ass. We got smoking trail mix. We got smoking horse turds. We got every kind of, we got the best damn roll your own tobacco. And we got machines that'll shove them in little tubes. You roll your own. All you want. You save money, don't have to pay the damn tax, and we will sell you the absolute most shit tobacco on the planet, but it's cheap. We'll also sell you e-cigs. We got every flavor. We got pumpernickel. We got Summer's Eve douche. We got every damn flavor e-liquid you'd ever. You wouldn't believe the e-liquids you could vape all day long, and it costs you about 1 gazillionth the cost of a pack of cigarettes. It's a bit, yeah, now that Minnesota's taxing e-cigs at the same rate that they're taxing cigarettes, it ain't such a good deal no more here in good old anti-tobacco fascist Minnesota. But don't you worry, don't you pay you no never mind about that now. I'm telling you, you can save big money, roll your own cigarettes, smoke your own e-cigs. Hell, we even have hookahs. We got hookahs and shisha. You know that shisha? Shisha's kind of like tobacco except to get you high. Well, that's a myth. It doesn't really get you high, but it might get you high. You smoke it up, it gets you real high. I mean, I'm high all the time, but mostly because brain damage, because I used to huff paint and gasoline when I was 10. That's a whole other story. I love NASCAR. Mommy, I love you. NASCAR, Mommy. I'm sorry. I have these brain things that happen. It's just a weird thing chemistry in my brain. I just lose my mind. It's snuff psychosis. Anyway, Carter Hall. Burns great top to bottom. Very easy to find if, if you've got a decent-sized drugstore or tobacco store near you, you should be able to find this. Here, this pouch cost me almost $6, which is ridiculous. It's $3.50 everywhere else, but hey, I'm in Minnesota. I expect no mercy from people who hate tobacco. And they're not getting any mercy from me either, by the way. Just you watch. Anyway, Carter Hall, that's my favorite OTC. Congratulations on 100 subs. Sorry about the redneck rant I sort of went into there, but I love NASCAR. Daddy, Mommy, cousin Julie. I love her. She's my cousin. She does the most amazing things with those little hips.